G'day guys, go away from Team Vision Australia. We're here tonight to announce the captain's choice for the New South Wales team. So without further ado, I'll bring in the New South Wales captain, Aaron Lawson.
G'day mate. Galbo. G'day mate, how are you?
Good mate, so you dressed the part?
Mate, got to do the right thing for the Blues. You know, we're out here for a big event coming up in 2025, and I'm thrilled that you've asked me to be the captain of the New South Wales squad.
Yeah, my first choice, mate. I couldn't think of a better person to bring the atmosphere.
Oh, mate, I think we're going to stick it to the Victorians, and yeah.
Yep, as I call you, the barometer.
The barometer. I don't know where that's come from, but I think we've got a few goats in the team this year, so.
That's what I'm saying.
It's been a cracker 2024 season for the team's series.
Yeah, so before we announce the go, I thought we'd just do a bit of a rundown of the 24 stats. So I'll just go to a slide. Okay, so we had 3 rounds in 2024, the Club Marine Freshwater Series. Our round 1 was the Wilson Native Classic back in March at Lake Windermere, where we had 21 teams. Our round 2 event was in the first weekend of May at the Boatsmore Native Classic at Lake Moala, where we had a full field of 40 teams. And our final round was end of October, the Lowrance Barranjuk Classic at Lake Barranjuk, where we had 20 teams. So in total, in 2024, we had 53 different teams fish our 3 events. 29 of those teams come from Victoria, and 24 of those teams come from New South Wales. Out of that 29 teams in Victoria, we had only 6 teams that fished more than 1 event. So hopefully that improves as we've restructured our events in 2025 to have 2 events at Lake Moala. In 2024, we had a total of 138 anglers. We paid out a total of $69,300 with a payout percentage of 86%, which we're very proud to be able to offer that sort of payment. We also gave out over $39,000 in other prizes throughout the 3 rounds, thanks to our sponsors. So as we mentioned last night and announced the events, we've got 2 rounds at Lake Moala, which is always our biggest event. We've increased the field to 50 teams. So we're confident that we'll crack the $100,000 in cash prizes next year. So if everyone supports our events next year, we'll offer $100,000 in cash prizes.
I think 2025 sounds like it's going to be a big year down at Mulwala and Barranjuk again. So it'd be great to see some of the New South Wales and Victorian anglers again get behind you. The Teams Fishing Australia has been running a few years now, and it's been fantastic. It's a great event. There's been plenty of prize money, as Galvo's just said, and it's shaping up to be one of the premium freshwater series throughout Australia, I believe.
Yeah, and hopefully we've got a bright future ahead. So we're in our 4th year of running the 3 events, and yeah, we've been running these events for the Boatsmore Native Classic for, I think this is our 6th year. Started a couple of years before COVID, so bigger and better things in 2025.
Hats off to you, Galvo. You're running a fantastic event, and like you say, it's just growing and growing and growing. So let's
cheers,
continue
mate.
to get the support from the anglers and the sponsors, and we'll keep pushing it.
Yeah, so mentioned sponsors. Well, our events aren't possible without sponsors, and we've got some great sponsors. So before we continue, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Where are we? Yeah, so like I said, we've got some great prizes, and our events aren't possible without our sponsors, and we've got some fantastic sponsors that have stuck with us right from the start. And we've just got a couple yet to confirm, but the rest are continuing to support in 2025, which is great. So just quickly run through them. Naming right sponsor Club Marine, Lowrance, Wilson Fishing, Boatsmore, JBF Engineering and Maintenance. So he's the team of the year sponsor, which is an amazing prize, and we couldn't offer that amazing prize of paying 3 rounds entry fees for the team of the year. So thanks to James for that support. Maker Eyewear, Spinrite Lures, GFAB Engineering, Zurich Lures, FPV Power, Moala Water Ski Club, and Reflections IO Park. So a big shout out to those guys. So please just help the sponsors. They do a great job, and just follow their socials, buy their products, and just show your support like that. It's much appreciated.
A good list of sponsors there, Galvo. Not only is the cash from the winning of the events a big plus, it's also the raffles that you run down there with the sponsors packs and the prize packs. You know, there's plenty of value for all the anglers that are fishing the event.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. We've always got a 12-inch Lowrance HS sound up for grabs, and it usually brings a bit of entertainment. My one, the bloke who got drawn, he was on the shitter at the time, so he ran out and come and claim his prize. And we've had to redraw it a couple of times, but then missed out in the 60 seconds to claim the prize. But no, it's always a bit of fun, and like I said, the sponsors is what makes our events possible. So without them, our events, we wouldn't get off the prizes we do. So all right, so we'll move on. So I'll give you a bit of a right reply. I'm sure you watched what the recording with the Victoria captain last night.
Yeah, I heard Bryce giving me a little bit of cheek about not being at Burrinjuck, and unlucky. I was sort of just in the process to leave that weekend to head to North Queensland to go barra fishing, which was an epic trip. So I believe he was down there cooking a barbecue at the early hours of the wee morning to keep everybody fed, and it was just every good camp has a good camp wench. So I'm quite happy that Bryce has stuck his head out, had a bit of a yarn, he cooked a bit of chicken, so a bit of protein there to keep the energy up for the boys, which has been fantastic. So I take my hat off to him, and I thank him for looking after the fellas while I wasn't down there.
Yeah, I believe you got a couple of phone calls too throughout the night just to remind that you weren't present.
Yeah, Banksy gave me a couple of rings there to say, where were you? We're missing me. Am I still eligible for the position? Am I still wanting the position? But here I am, and we're here, and we're going to make it a cracking event down there. So we're going to go down and skin the Victorians on their home turf.
Yeah, it should be a great event. I'm really looking forward to it. So, all right. So we'll go through the New South Wales team. So we've got the New South Wales team. So it's the team year back to back. Team Jigheads, Brad Gardner, Neil Hodges, and Shane Banks. Probably one of the strongest freshwater teams going around. LOOMZY Fish and Fix, Jamie Looms, Nathan and Mitch Gears, Rock Animal, Truman, Jeb and James, Outback Predator, Matt Mardo, Ross Harlow and Zach, CUB, Ben Wiseman and Chris, and the Cod Tales podcast, Aaron Graham, Dane and Mick Hayden. So pretty strong team there, mate.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about the squad we've got together there. It's, we've probably got some of the, probably if not the best yellow belly anglers in the country. The likes of Brad Gardner and Hodgie and Banksy there finishing off the year, team of the year again, 2 years in a row. It's to have them head of the pack is a fantastic in for us. And then we moved down to Looms. We've got Jamie and Nathan Mitch there. Same again. Very, very consistent boys. Mr. Looms there, he is probably, I would say, the GOAT of yellow belly fishing. He's probably won more tournaments across the yellow belly scene than the whole Victorian squad. Wrong Animal, mate, just a consistent team from out west again. Love their fishing, love their dedication to the tournament scene, and they're just proving really, really big things. We moved down to Mardo and the boys at Outback Predator. Same again, very consistent, always at the pointy end of the squad. Boys know what's going on. They can read their sound and they can read the structure. They know what's going on. Cub, we've got a bit of a new one here. The boys here at Ben Wiser and Chris Asmus haven't been fishing comps that long, and delighted to have them in the squad. Seen them a few times now out and about on the grounds, and going really well.
They're good value off the water too, those boys. They like it. They like a few refreshments.
Yeah, a couple of refreshments go around usually, which is that's part of the that's part of the journey. I think coming throughout the series, pop around the bonfire, have a few beers, have a yarn, and it just keeps a bit of more like a bit of banter and a community spirit. And then we've got Cod Tales podcast. So as Dane and Mickey Hayden, I think the boys were very, very reluctant and lucky to slip in. I love Az's dedication. He had a baby 3 days before the Burrinjuck event. And I don't know how his wife Kaz let him duck down and fish the event, but he managed to get there. They won by a few points. They didn't win by a few points. They scraped in by a few points and managed
By
to
1
take
point.
up that sixth place. The 1 point there, which is fantastic to have him in that top six. So.
Well deserved. The dedication. He said on his podcast that he taught Kaz into putting the inducement off fishing of the bay before the cop after the cop on the Monday. So that's you can't ask for a better commitment for that.
Oh mate, Az loves his fishing and Kaz the same. Kaz loves the fishing too. So I think she'd back him every time, and I think she had the confidence that Az was going to bring home the bacon and make the top six here for the New South Wales squad. So.
Yeah, that's a very, very strong team. So you got the Godfather, LOOMZY. Also the naming right sponsor for the New South Wales team. So a big shout out to LOOMZY for his support of not only fishing our events, but also chipping in and actually sponsoring the New South Wales team.
It's fantastic. Jamie's been around Yellow Belly tournament fishing for many, many years now, and he just continues to grow and grow and grow. And it's great to have the big fella in there and have him as a sponsor of our team. It really means a lot to me that he's come on board. So.
No, his logo's going to look good on the shirts, I reckon. So, no worries. All right. So, I think it's over to you now, mate. You've had a month or so to decide what team you're going to go with, and so I hand over to you, mate, to make the announcement.
Rightio. So the captain's choice has been, it's been a fantastic honour to pick a team. So I've been in discussions with our coaching staff over the last few weeks and going through a few things on social media, and I've checked out the New South Wales teams that have competed, and there's a few teams in there that have been, they're all eligible and they're going well. I had a bit of a sit down this morning with Madge from the New South Wales Origin team in the rugby league, and just got a. He took the New South Wales Origin team to a great win this year in the series. So I thought, one more phone call to a bloke like him is probably not a better call I can make. And the crew I've picked here, effort all year, consistent all year. I believe they're the right fit for the team as well. So I've gone with the guys from Lock, Drag and Pitch and Mag. So that's Ray Gunn and Blakey Parker. They're going to jump in, and I had a conversation with Ray today. He is over the moon to be the New South Wales captain's pick. So I'm pretty confident and keen that having those guys in the squad, I think we can go down to Victoria there and pull our socks up and slip on the jersey and do New South Wales proud.
They're another strong team on and off the field. They are. Ray actually brought his wife down to Moala for one of our events 2 years ago for his honeymoon, so that was nice of him.
He's a good guy, and even Blakey this year. I think Blakey, he was overseas for the Mulwala leg and popped home, jumped on the plane the day before, shot down from Sydney from the airport to jump in the boat with Ray, and that tells me that they're very dedicated to what they do and pretty keen to have him in the side. I think it's going to be a great event. So.
Yeah, it's going to be good, mate. On and off the field is good, mate. So we're going to put a few refreshments and a meal on Saturday night for everybody, and sit around and talk fishing and everything else we do.
It'll be fantastic down there. Look, the Victorians have got a strong team too, which I'll take my hat off to Bryce and the guys. I think it's going to be a fantastic event down there. Home ground advantage for the boys, but we're not that scared. And as he said last night, I seen a post today. Sorry, not last night. In relation to him taking a bit of a dig at Troy Blood in relation to fishing for himself. So, the boys have got to realise that you've got to put 70 fish in the boat, 70 quality fish, not just 10. So, hopefully Bryce gets around the boys and gets around the crew and, can get them all to work together. So, but we're not really scared of that. So, we're not really scared of those guys down there. We're quite happy to go down and hit them on their own turf.
No, we appreciate the New South Wales boys' commitment to travel. They always make the trip down south and fish the mile events, and they always go pretty well in it too, considering they only fish it a few times a year. So I can't see they can be any different.
It's been pretty consistent, in all honesty, about throughout all the series through over the years. I've been fishing yellow belly comps for years and years now, and the crew we've got, and a lot of the New South Wales boys, we'd always travel north, we'd always travel south. So I think it's not only it's the weekend away, it's the mateship that we all stick together, we all camp together. You know, you're pretty excited to get down and catch up with the boys, or get up and catch up with the boys, and no, we all back the comp, and Galvo, your comp now is one we're backing pretty hard, so we're quite happy to follow you around the state and just enjoy the comp and enjoy the atmosphere that brings. So.
Yeah, no, I reckon that the night before the pre-fish is probably three of my favourite nights of the year. I reckon they're three of the biggest, I know that, but they're always full of laughter and good times, catch up with everyone.
Yeah, it's always that pre-fish night's always a special to be at. It's always boys that haven't seen each other for a little while, and a few beverages coming out, and the fire gets cracking, and usually there's an AM, sometimes there's a sunrise before we hit the sack. So we're pretty keen on that Thursday night usually. So.
Yeah, no, it's good. But the boys get up and go for a pre-fish. They're always on the water. They're not late on the water. They always make the canoe. They have a big night and then straight on the water and go out and catch fish. So it's pretty fair effort to do it.
And I think that's what it's all about. You know, we're all down there to go fishing, or up there to go fishing, and you know, we're all there to have a beer as well. So you know, and over the years, we've made some really good connections around the fire at night time, having a beer and having a yarn, and the education and the learning side of things. While you're sitting there, when I first started fishing yellowbelly comps, I didn't really know a great deal, but you know, you sort of sit there now and you talk to guys like Nathan Mitch-Skews and LOOMZY and Braddo and those guys. They're not scared to, you know, share a few pointers and tips if you're struggling. So it's you know, it's always handy to listen to the boys around the fire and have a chat. It makes for a great event. So.
No, it was great. It was great at Burrinjuck. Like we were sitting around the fire on the night, and there was quite a few teams that never fished there before, and a lot of teams didn't know. I'd met some of the big names, LOOMZY and all them, and everyone was welcome around the fire. There was a couple of teams that were sitting by themselves in the cabin, and someone walked over and dragged them over the fire, and everyone made everyone welcome. And it's just great sitting back and watching everyone know egos. Everyone's chatting away, giving tips and giving some information about where to look and starting points for the pre-fish day. So it's a really great fun. We've got a really good community now, and hope it grows over the next few years.
Oh, and that's the thing, Galvo. I'm with you. I'd like to see it grow even further and further, and I think it's got the potential to grow even more. And you know, we get the backing, and the whole State of Origin campaign now is, you know, it's a bit of an honour to jump in, and you know, you put the blue shirts on your back, and it makes you want to fish it. So it'd be fantastic to see a few more Victorian teams jump in and have a crack as well. You know, you got 2 mull events this year, so it's not hard for them to jump in, have a crack, and also qualify off the bat. So it'd be fantastic to see, the field grow. It'd be great.
Yeah, no, I think after the way Burrinjuck fish this year as well, I think there'll be a lot more Victorians travel up the highway and have a crack at Burrinjuck, and hopefully there's already been a few more teams they've already committed to fishing all 3 rounds next year from Victoria, so that's good to hear, and hopefully there'll be a few more over the next 6 months.
No, and that's right. Burrinjuck up the road. It's only a few hours up the road from the Victorian teams there. The facilities at Burrinjuck are fantastic. You know, the guys there at Reflections look after us, and they always have. You know, it's fantastic. So let's hope we can get some of these other and get a few new crews. You know, there's a few other events out there that now are starting to fish, and there's a few competitive guys there. So I'd like to see some of these other young blokes and that jump in and have a crack at the team series, because it's you know, there's a lot of dollars on offer, and you know, it's not hard to be competitive if you have a go. So. Yeah,
no, and like I said, if we get a full field of 50 teams, 15th place to get your money back, you get $1,100 back. So it's a 30% chance to get your money back. So you get a top 50 at one event to pay for your next round.
But not only that, you know, you buy $50 worth of raffle tickets and you win a $250 GFAB voucher or a bloody before, you know, a HDS Pro. You know, like there's plenty of good prizes in the raffle there on the Saturday night that you hold. So if you can't get in the top 15 and win some prize money back, well, you know, you can fair chance to have a swing and win some decent prizes in the raffle.
Yeah, no, the random draw prize, we usually have about 10 or 12 random draw prizes, including the HCS 12. So it's gone to some good teams, and a couple of teams that Hodgie's won it twice, and he's won one event and won it as well. So it's funny how it goes around, but no, it's good. So
yeah, I seen the photos there the other day, and as Graham had a few show bags on the random draws night, he seemed like he walked away pretty chuffed as well. So
yeah, no, he had a good night. It was quite a laugh. It was. You wouldn't imagine what happened. It was quite funny, but no.
Yeah,
Alright.
nothing leads me to the imagination with what happens down at the teams events, Galvo. So,
Yeah, no, it's always a good time, mate. Anyway, well, we might leave it there, mate. Thanks for the chat. Thanks for
Galvo, I've got a little quote to finish on tonight. That I was talking to an old fella a couple of years ago now, or many years ago, and he told me this little quote that's always been with me, and it goes like this: "The journey to success comes from the best of the best." And I believe New South Wales is the best of the best. So, on that note, I think we're going to come down there and show these Victorians how to really catch yellowbelly on their own turf. So, pretty excited to get it done.
No, mate, it's going to be good, mate. And I reckon you're the perfect captain to lead the New South Wales side.
Nah, thanks, Galvo. Appreciate the opportunity to lead these boys down there.
Yeah. Excellent.
Anyways, well, I'd imagine there'll be a few shots fired at the New South Wales and Victorian teams over the next little while. So let's see what happens.
And I think we'll have a month or two. I reckon we'll get you and Bryce, both captains, on one of these sort of podcasts, and have a chat and a bit of banter between the two teams.
Oh, mate, it's going to be fantastic. We've got a couple of things up my sleeve to have a yarn to Bryce about. So it'll be good to put his face in here and see what he's got to say. So.
Yeah. Awesome, mate. Well, thank you for your time, and I'll talk soon, mate.
No dramas, Gabo. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Go to Blues.